What's up, guys? It's Alicia here with Keller Williams, South Tampa. Today we are talking to sellers, but not just sellers, all people. But sellers are the people who will most likely benefit from this video. So I want to talk to you guys about a program that was recently rolled out by Keller Williams, corporate, international, whatever. And I got certified to work in last week. It is called the Keller Williams Ready to Sell program. So I love this. This is hands down my most favorite thing that Keller Williams has rolled out ever. And I'm honestly kind of surprised that we have access to this because most brokerages that offer things that are similar, basically there's so many strings attached that it's not even worth it in the end. But anyway, so we've been in a white hot seller's market for what feels like an eternity now. And we are coming back to earth. Okay. It's cooling down just enough for you to not get like first degree burns just by looking at Zillow.com, right? So we're seeing a little more inventory come into the market. We're seeing listings sitting on the market a little longer. We're seeing pending listings are declining. And frankly, as a realtor, I could not be more thrilled because I want for housing to be an opportunity for the average person and not just the select few. So sellers, as we come back down to earth, and you can't just sell a flaming hot piece of garbage for top dollar cash to some international, whatever. The point is, we're going to need to come back down to earth, and we're going to need to start justifying the premium cost for these premium products, right? AKA the houses. Recently, we've seen sellers doing almost no work to their homes before going on the market, and it's been rewarded. That hopefully those days are hopefully moving behind us. And I want to talk to sellers about what we can do to really maximize your return on investment, make sure that your days on market are low, and that we get you the right buyer the first time, okay? So even in a low inventory market like what we're experiencing right now, for example, we went from having less than 1 month's worth of inventory to a little under 2 months worth of inventory. We're still in a seller's market, right? So even in a limited inventory market, what we're seeing is that buyers, what I'm seeing, what everybody's seeing who works in this business, is that buyers really all want the same house, right? Maybe not the exact same house, but they all want the same house. They want something that's move-in ready. They want their ideal neighborhood, normal things. Maybe they want the school district. But the point is, we've kind of not been getting this from the current market because there was no real incentive to do that. And anyone who got like the dream home really paid a hefty premium to get it. So moving forward, sellers, one of the things that I always talk to my sellers about, there are a few things that we always go over before anywhere near we get close to the market. And that's really, what can we do? What can I do to set you apart to help you sell faster and for more money, right? And I'm not going to have you spend money on things that are not important. So this program is fantastic because if you're a cash poor seller, like many sellers are, this gives you the opportunity to make some of those improvements or repairs that you would not have been otherwise able to make. And even if you're not a cash poor seller, it's cool to not have to come out of pocket for this stuff, right? So the major overall theme of Ready to Sell is that this is a program that you have to go through a qualification process for, just like with anything. They're not just going to throw money at you. And from there, based on the appraised value of your home, you can access up to like 80% loan to value in your home equity, right? So if that's confusing to you, basically what I'm saying is that depending on how much equity in your home, you can pull out a lot of money to make repairs prior to closing, right? This would be paid back at closing within a specified time frame at a 0% interest rate. Now, should you fail to close on time, the terms will change, but realistically, guys, if we're doing our jobs right, it's not really going to be an issue. So again, I'm big on transparency, and I'm big on making sure I set my sellers up for success. And I want you guys to think like a buyer so that you can find the buyer, right? And the Ready to Sell program is so important. I want to start from like the worst case scenario down to the best case scenario, okay? Because not everything is covered through Ready to Sell. The vendors that you work with through Ready to Sell have to be licensed, bonded, insured, and approved through the program, okay? Which is actually really great because lately there's been a lot of sketchy contractor nonsense. Anyway, that is beside the point. So it's not like you have complete autonomy to choose who you want to, but frankly, you're probably better off with their vendors, and the prices for their work are apparently very fair. I haven't seen it yet. So let's just say you have a home that's in major disrepair, or it needs a major system update. Like maybe you need a new roof or your HVAC system completely replaced. These are jobs that can cost anywhere from, I mean, you're looking at a minimum of like 6 to 10 grand, upwards of 15 to 20, depending on the size and whatever. That's a lot of money for you to come out of pocket to put this house on the market. And unfortunately, if it's not done and your home doesn't perform well on a 4-point inspection, your buyer won't be able to secure financing, therefore won't be able to close their loan. So what does that mean? It means that you're extremely limited to who you can sell your house to. You can only sell it to a cash buyer. And historically, somewhat recently, but historically, cash buyers expect discounts, right? So you're not really going to get top dollar for it. You're leaving money on the table in a lot of different ways. So if it's a deferred maintenance thing that needs to be done, do it. You need that 4-point inspection to come back clean and nice so that you don't have a lot of major negotiation headaches when we go to the inspection period with our buyer. And even if you have, like, let's just say your house is turnkey, like move-in ready, and you've done everything right, you've kept up with everything, and it's really a nice home. There are still things that you can do to increase the saleability of that house, right? So maybe the landscaping needs a little bit of sprucing, maybe a coat of touch-up paint, interior, exterior. I mean, those things go a long way. If it's something like staging, for example, I am such a huge fan of staging because I believe that for every penny, I know for a fact that for every penny you spend in it, you're going to get your money back. It's crazy how much faster these houses sell and how much more they sell for. People, honestly, realistically, guys, you have to think that buyers, they do struggle to see past their nose. I don't mean to offend you buyers when I say this, but people tend to lack imagination. So you really have to show people how to live in that house. And if you can show them how to live there and they can start seeing themselves and putting their couch in that spot. And I mean, it's a very emotional experience for a buyer, for an owner occupant. So let's create those feelings. I'm all about, like, I really firmly believe that selling real estate is more about selling experiences and selling feelings. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, guys, there's a lot to this program, and I could make a much longer video, but this is already longer than I wanted it to be, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. But please let me know if you're interested, or if you've got a friend or family member who might be interested in taking advantage of this, because this is incredible. I mean, this puts you at such an advantage going into the market, and I will do anything I can to help you make this happen, okay? I'll be right by your side the entire time. We make sure we make these decisions together, and I'll point you in the direction that works best for your local market. So that's it, guys. Reach out. This is really, honestly, I can't oversell this. I am very excited about this program, and I cannot wait to use it. Love to talk to you guys. Have a great day. Stay happy, healthy, blessed, productive.